what does the computer want you to do? Remember what I talked about? The computer's job, and I'm showing you the videos from the CEO of BlackRock, who says his job is to force your behavior. That's his job. Yeah, if you missed it, it's only 9 or 10 seconds. Go watch that video later. He's supposed to force your behavior. How does he do that? He uses the chart. That's one thing I used to like about Lou. Lou used to say, Lou used to say like Lou's dead or something, but Lou says, stop watching the line. Why? Because it's going to try to make you have an emotional reaction to it, which there's only 2 reactions you can have, right? Buy or sell. Those are the only 2 emotions that's at play. Now, how they get you to either button is to be said. But it's a battle over emotions, people. And I'll ask you right now, if you look at your chart, what does that computer want you to do right now? Some of y'all are going to say, buy. Why? Because it's cheap. It's at the dip. Buy the dip. That's what we're conditioned to do. So the computer knows we're conditioned to do that. And when it dips down to a certain percent, how does it know what percent? Because it uses Fibonacci retracements. God damn it. You think the algorithm doesn't know what Fibonacci retracement is, so that when it hits the 33 on the Fibonacci retracement, it rebounds back up? Come on. All of the technical analysis that we watch, that's just them looking at the algorithm. But the algorithm knows. Right now, it's got to dip this, and it's going to dip. And the computer knows that when it gets to around that point on the Fibonacci retracement, it'll come back up. Why? Because y'all will buy. Simple as that. Now, saying some people will say, well, if it falls here, we're going to say, no, you're not going to sell. Nobody is selling AMC. The dumb son of bitches, I ain't going to call the most punk's name or the rest of them, but you're going to sell, and then the very next day we run up to 25, which is no big deal because we're right back where we started almost. It's an emotional roller coaster. You have to figure out, if you want to beat this goddamn machine, you got to figure out what emotion does it want you to take, and you take the opposite route. For example, I know when the computer is in a consolidation period where it's barcoding. Why is it barcoding? Because it's confused. It's either just ran its course and now it needs to decide, am I supposed to go up or down? Or it's done a head fake and met back up where it's supposed to be. And it has to consult this program and go, which direction do I go? Now, the dictation of the next candle is going to determine which behavior that computer wants you to do. If it drops 40%, what the fuck happened? How did it just drop down to 9? Can they do it? Of course they can do it. What will your reaction be to that? Every bar on that chart is to elicit a reaction from you. Today's price action. Now, let's not get shit twisted. Real quick. Let's not get shit twisted. You want the MOAS to happen for the same reason I want the MOAS to happen. We want the fucking money. I care about the transparency and fixing everything, but chances are they'll never get around to that. But we want our fucking money. And what's aggravating and what's frustrating is not the price of what AMC's at right now, 1920. It has nothing to do with your feeling, has nothing to do with that price. Because you realize at that MOAS is put off one more day. That's where your frustration comes in. You realize your current situation is going to remain what it is for at least one more day. And that frustrates you. Maybe that angers you. Maybe it saddens you. Maybe it makes you want to hit the sell button. See? And they do all that by moving that fucking price. They make you feel that way. To beat them, you have to know what emotional response does the computer want from me. And today is a perfect example for me to teach y'all this lesson. The price I'm looking at right now is at $19.30. What are you programmed to do? You're programmed to buy the dip. So the computer is sending its signal to you to push the buy button.
Tell them whose computer.
Huh?
Tell them whose computer.
It's BlackRock's algo. It's the Aladdin program. It's the Aladdin program that's running all this. Now, make no mistake about it. You only have one alpha dog in a yard. There's only one alpha dog in the financial world, and that's BlackRock. So it's BlackRock's algorithm. Do you think they would allow another algorithm to be running? It makes you mad. It makes, Rob says, it makes him angry. And anger is going to cause you to do a couple different things, cause you to do a couple different behaviors. You can go get a vacuum cleaner and go to the SEC and hit Ken Griffin or Gary Gensler in the fucking head with the vacuum cleaner because you're mad. Or you could sell and say, I'm fed up with this shit. Sell. Anger is one of there's the two strongest emotions. Now, all the rest of them are small emotions, but there's only two strong emotions, love and hate. All the rest hang off of those. The MOAS is guaranteed, people, because BlackRock wants it.
And we don't have to buy to make MOAS. We can buy if we want. We do not have to buy. There's nothing we can do to change the algo. No letters, no nothing, no, we can't change it. It's not our war.
They didn't have regulations in January and June. They didn't have Spider-Man in January and June. They didn't have all that shit in January and June. We still did it. Here's what we need to do. Right now, this computer is expecting you to do what? Buy. Because it's at night. It's below 20, people. It's hard for me not to hit that fucking buy button. If you got money and can afford it, tell me you don't feel that way. That at $20, bitch, give it here. Because I know what's about to happen. So that's the emotion is pulling on me. Those that don't have money to buy at 20, then you're feeling angry or depressed. But some of us are feeling anxiety. Buy. That's what the computer's wanting. Now, how do you beat the algorithm? You don't give it what it wants. You don't buy. Boom. See, as I just said it, if you want to beat the algorithm, you do not buy. I'm telling y'all, I have the money in the fucking account. At $20, I could average my shit down some more. But I know that's what the motherfucker wants. I know he's dipped this price for me to buy. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You know why? Because one of my strongest convictions is this. No, motherfuckers, it's time for y'all to start buying. Fuck us buying. It's time for y'all to start buying. So we're going to sit here till y'all make the decision. Y'all going to come get these fucking shares. And you're going to come get them.
But what you're saying when you say don't buy is if you buy, it's not going to change anything. You're not telling people don't buy. You're saying you buy if you want to, but don't expect anything different to change.
She's absolutely right. I'm glad she made that point. I don't give a fuck if I said right now for everybody to go buy 2 shares of AMC and it will squeeze. Okay? No, because the buying pressure will only go to the dark pool. The computer is going to continue its downward pressure move, allowing people to buy in cheaper and cheaper until it decides it's time to go back up. Ain't making no simpler than that. If you look at your chart that way, if you look at that chart and say, nah, I see you, you son of a bitch, you're wanting me to buy. Your whole fucking perspective will change. Now, let me set the record straight. I said do not buy. I am telling you, this is where you beat the algorithm right now, today. At this price, don't buy it. Put your foot down. Stand for fucking something. Feel me? And say, no, it's time for you to buy, motherfuckers. I've done all the buying. If you do that, and the computer's wanting you to buy, and you won't, it's got to readjust itself and get back where it's supposed to be. People say, what if it falls to $3? What if it fucking falls to $3? What's the difference between $3 and $19 if you bought the motherfucker at 50? You feel the same fucking way. All right. So buying pressure and selling pressure are myths. I've buried them a long time ago, I would hope, with y'all. That's the algorithm. If it's too much volume, they ship the shit to the dark pools. I told y'all that's the purpose. Volume comes in. It's not needed to move that candle. Ship it to the fucking dark pool. That's what it's there for. And that's what they do. But I'm not telling you not to just not buy. What I'm trying to tell you is buy at strategic times. You don't buy when the computer is sending you the signal. You don't buy when the computer is sending you the emotional message to push your buy button. Because right now you should be feeling it. If it gets back down to 14, I know a lot of us are going to feel it. But that's the emotional response it wants. Now, can you buy? Well, of course you can buy. I'm not telling you don't buy. I'm telling you to buy and don't buy at strategic times. You look at that chart, you figure out, what does the computer want to elicit from me with that price action, and you don't do it. Hold off. Listen, if you want it at 19, cool. But 21 is only $2 more. It's no big difference, right? So then make yourself a deal. You say, I'm not going to buy. I know it wants me to, but I'm not going to buy until it gets back to 21. If it gets back up to 21, I'll buy. Now, what you're doing is you're catching it on that up move, and you can help maybe with that. Who knows? Okay, right here.
Okay.
Okay. Hobic 718 says, I bought 10 right before I watched your last video. Oops. Now, what he's referring to is my last video said that's what they were wanting him to do. Now, he did it, and then he watched me tell him that's what they want you to do. So he caught on. He's like, fuck, that's what they were wanting me. Yeah, they wanted you to buy them 10 shares, man. All right, Brenda, whatever time it is, write this down because I'm fixing to get into the next step. I'm fixing to drop some shit on y'all. So,
Can I ask a question?
yes, ma'am.
We know when not to buy. When is it say? When should we buy? It's telling us right now to buy,
It's
and we
telling you
should.
right now to
When
buy.
when should we?
If you don't, here's the thing. If you buy, that's not going to move that line. If you sell, it's not going to move that line. That line moves the way that computer wants it to fucking move. Y'all ought to be grown up enough to understand that by now. When can we buy then? It's going to reverse itself. And it's going to reverse from 19 and it'll go to 20, then it'll go to 21. And see, now it's not wanting you to buy then. It wanted you to buy at 19. So when it does the reversal and starts back up, then it's kind of like the boat's leaving and going to the next spot on its chart. Wherever the algo says the next spot is, that's where the boat's now going. When it gets there, some people get off, it'll drop the price, let people get back on, and then it goes on about it. It's so simple, people, if y'all use that kind of thinking, instead of trying to figure out what the Fibonacci retracement is to the support lines, resistance, and so forth, and just realize it's, you're looking at an algorithm. So when can you buy? When you notice the reversal. For example, I use Lux Algo, or TradingView has a free one you could use too. I don't know which one's best yet. But it gives you a momentum indicator, and the momentum indicator tells you when it moves from the downtrend to an uptrend. Now, once it does that, once it moves from the downtrend to the uptrend, that's when it's safe to buy. But now here's the thing. I'm teaching you some trading rules too. So these are trading rules. You don't trade when the stock is in a downtrend. You don't trade. That's what the computers want you to do.
No, I'm just wanting you to be real clear because some people are saying that you are being a Lou. They misunderstood Lou when he was. Mhm.
I'm not talking about Lou, people. I'm telling you to recognize when the fucking algorithm wants you to buy and when the algorithm wants you to sell. When the algorithm run, the last time it ran up from $5 to $20. How many people got off that boat? A lot. So they had to reload the boat. Once the boat was reloaded, it could start on this movement up to 72. That is, and what I'm talking about buying is you don't buy on the loading of the boat shit. Let everybody else do that. It's over with. This, I don't know what else to tell y'all, people. It's so simple. If you feel the urge to buy, don't. That's all I can tell you. The computer's trying to get you to buy more. Lou did not tell y'all this. Lou told y'all buy on Friday at a particular time. Now, if Lou would have told you buy at that particular time because it's going to break the fucking algo, then yes, we're talking about the same thing. But we're not. He just wanted to prove a point to y'all that nobody could move that line. I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to move the line. The line's going to move itself. You just got to learn what that line wants you to do. You are fighting a computer who is get fed 1 trillion bits of data a year. 1 trillion news articles. Oh, that's another weakness of it. It don't know the news. It didn't know Russia was going to attack Ukraine. That's why it got fucked up.
You wanted me to remind you, why do they not want us to buy?
I'm going to say it again. Looking at your chart, what are you conditioned to do right now? Somebody answer that. Somebody say, I feel like I want to buy. If I had the money, I would buy. Why? Because it's cheap. I could average down. You have to understand that's your feeling, and it's coming from that line. Yes. Somebody, I know this is going to sound funny. Ramon said he created algos, dude. LOL. Basically, yes, you could say I created algos. I can tell you for a fact, everything I'm telling you, I have done. I have created algos. I didn't look at it like that, but he's right. I've created algos. I've created messenger bots on Facebook. And I would ask you a question. That question was expected to bring an emotional response, and you click yes, you want to join. So technically, yes, I was making an algorithm. So if I know, that's why I watch things a day, videos, and I'm like, no, because that's what you want me to do, asshole. I'm not going to do that.
Code red, there's been a glitch in the matrix. They out here wildin', it's too much, I can't take it. Red pill, blue pill.